Today we're here with the Judge Holden.
Hello.
How did you find Tutti?
Well, I started on this image board called Plus 4chan. Around the time, I think 4chan was having a lot of problems, so there was various image boards around. This one was more like comics and art focused. And somewhere in one of the video game threads, it was a Minecraft thread, of course. And one of them had a screenshot of 2B2T. It was like a sign in the cave, something like, just had this like post-apocalyptic feel to it. And yeah, that's when I logged in, and that's history.
How did Spawn look like when you first joined?
It was a lot of craters. It was some grass. It was maybe like 1 or 2 lava casts. It wasn't like a huge thing back then. I think House would remove them from time to time. Yeah, it was just like a lot of craters and caves. And I know it took like 1,000 blocks before you would see like trees. Then like after around 2000, it just looked like normal Minecraft terrain.
What were some landmarks you first saw in Tutti?
I think one would look like this cobblestone building at spawn that just looked like bombed to hell. Yeah, it was mostly just a lot of like random mines, caves. Oh yeah, there was like a hill of just like random furnaces. And I know that stayed there for like quite a while, for a good couple years.
The Valley of Furnaces?
Yeah, I think that's about it for what I remember.
What bases were you part of?
I think the first base, like as part of a group, was probably Old Town, which was me and Offtopia. Lasted like 6 months, I think. It was pretty close to spawn. It was just a bunch of other noobs. It's where I met Electroff, JDW, I think his name was. And so long, Willy Roof. Still active, I think. Yeah, that's where I met a lot of those guys and still based with them like from time to time over the years. And after that, after Pop got us, we made a small base called Ravenholm, I think. And that lasted for like a day. And then we just split off. I think I didn't join a group base really until the 1 mil base. And again, that lasted for like a couple days. And then me, the small group of people who survived that, we kept making little bases into the millions till eventually Rapture 2, I think was the last one. That's when Pop got us again. And then after that, yeah, I think I just visited bases from time to time. I started at Rapture 3, which was another base with Jared. And yeah, that was pretty much it.
Do you remember anything at Old Town?
I remember there was a lot of Enderman. Like I don't know how griefed it is today, but if you see like the outside, there's so much creeper and Enderman damage. It's like ridiculous. And it was just like so many people. And like the reason Offtopia and I wanted to invite more people was originally our plan, because since food was introduced and we had to like start farming stuff, he thought, hey, why don't we get some noobs from spawn and sort of make them our slaves, sort of. Just to have them do all the grunt work while we go explore, build stuff. It actually worked pretty well. Like at that time, nobody trusted anybody. Like if you ran into someone, it was a good chance he was going to kill you. But Offtopia sort of had that mindset of like, if you asked a random person to park your car for you, good chance they'll do it. Whereas if you went into a large group and said, hey, who wants to park my car? Someone will probably take it just to steal it. We had that sort of mentality when asking people at spawn, and it like worked out. Like we had probably like something like 10 people and nobody tried to backstab us. So like it was all cool.
What inspired you to create the Tutti comics?
I was looking for sort of like a drawing exercise, and my 2 choices was either DayZ or 2B2T. And yeah, I took 2B2T, and that's how it happened.
How long did it take to make one chapter?
I would say, I guess on average, if I focused on it, it takes me about a page a day. Like my techniques changed a lot over the years. At first I was doing digital coloring and pens with paper. And then as I did the new one, it was all physical. It was like watercolor for the paints and large, high quality paper. And whereas back then it was just computer paper, pen.
Do you plan on making more Tutti comics in the future?
Oh yeah. Like I didn't quit on the one I'm doing now. It's just like I don't have the space for all the materials, and cause I gotta let like paper hang out to dry. My place now is just like so cramped. So I'm just waiting until like I have the free time to do it and a bigger place to just have my own office and be more productive with it. But I totally plan on finishing it.
Have you ever met Hausemaster?
Twice. First time, I don't remember the exact year, probably 2011, I guess, 2012. It was after when food was introduced, and he was in a nether spawn making a green field and spawning animals. Because at that time, spawn was so impossible to get out of, just like there was no food, your hunger would deplete so fast. So yeah, this was his solution to it. I don't know how long that lasted, but yeah, it was something he did. And then the second time, I think it was 2012. I think it was like a bug where people's inventories would disappear at random, or like stuff in her chest would disappear at random. And I remember asking him to like renew it, and he came to visit my base and gave me my stuff back.
He was kind of friendly.
Yeah, he was pretty just like, he would visit people at random and just do random stuff on the server.
And do you think that's the same Hausemaster that's running 2B2T today, or is it a different Hausemaster?
I would bet 50-50 on it. I think the possibility can go either way.
What do you think about 2B2T today?
Oof, it's kind of a mess, I guess. I just like, especially the queue is just such a hassle to get on. And yeah, just like, community isn't the same. Not to sound like an old boomer, but like, it was just more fun. Like the chat room, it was just like people just bitching about their lives or telling funny stories, or the trolling was like, had more effort into it, even though there was still like a lot of shit posting and like spamming, and it was just like still enjoyable to read, whereas now it's just like advertising stuff to sell and everybody's just trying to get attention, and I can't blame them because like I've heard some of the money people have made on the server, so I can't exactly fault them for making money, but yeah, it is what it is.
What's your history at 1 Mil Town?
I was invited by JDW and Electroff. I was crashing at their base for a while. I think it was after one of my bases got griefed, and yeah, I was crashing with them because they were close by, and they told me they were heading to 1 million. I thought they were just like joking because at the time going to 1 million was like insane. It was just not something plausible. But yeah, they did. They invited me. I took the secret highway there. Like just the up and down stairways, nether tunnels made me like physically ill, and I barely got there with enough food. And yeah, I was there. And I knew there was something fishy just because like at the time, I think it was Omelix who started it. He invited sort of like a lot of the big names on 2B2T, quote unquote. Just guys who were like, you would recognize in chat and who've done sort of notable things, I guess. I knew they had like Chris Layton, XOXP, DSG, got a lot of old guys. And yeah, I knew it was just like a clash of personalities, and I knew it wouldn't last long. So yeah, I remember snatching a bunch of diamonds that was stolen off Shogun. And yeah, XOXP, griefed the base, and that's pretty much it.
And do you still talk to these people?
Not in a while. I know Chris Layton, who's the other guy? Rainbow Cats, XYZ Spencer, and yeah, JDW. Yeah, just a lot of them don't play anymore, but kind of wish they did. But yeah, I was cool with like a lot of them before they all quit or moved on. I think like Willie Roof's the only one who sort of still visits the server from time to time or is still active. Yeah, I was friendly with everybody there, even XOXP eventually. I think like the only guy I didn't like was Omelix. Even though I liked him at first, he eventually ratted out one of my bases to Pop Bob. So since then, I just, fuck that guy.
Offtopia gave you an account.
Yeah.
Is that true?
I don't remember when he bought it for me. It's probably like February or March 2011, something like that. But yeah, he got me the account. I was using his account before. Even when I started 2B3T, I was Offtopia originally, till he got me this account. And yeah, I gave the account back to him, and yeah, that's pretty much it.
Do you still talk with Offtopia?
Oh yeah, I think we've been friends for like, over 10 years.
Wow. And
I've even visited him once in like real life.
Nice.
So yeah, we still talk to each other.
Have you ever used any dupes?
Oh yeah, it wasn't until maybe last year or 2 years ago. I think it was last year. I was one of those suckers who downloaded like a client with like a backdoor to it that gave somebody my chords as I duped stuff. And I remember when I was given the client, they were like, okay, who gave it to me? But it was like, we don't know if it has a backdoor yet. Just like, and I get back to them like, hey, can I use it now? Can I use it now? Is it clear? It's like, I think they accidentally said yes to me, even though they were saying yes to something else I said, maybe. Now I thought that was a go, and I duped a bunch of stuff, and eventually my chords were posted. But yeah, I still do. Like, I never actually dupe. I just sort of mooch off base mates who are better at it than me.
Same.
Take advantage of it.
Well, thank you for the interview.
No problem. Thank you.
And yeah, see ya.
See ya.
Thanks for watching. I'll leave a link to Judge Holden's channel in the description and to the 2B2T comics. Leave a like and maybe consider subscribing for more videos like this in the future. Anyway guys, stay fast and see you guys next time.